Well, I don't have my glasses on, but I'm pretty sure that reads, 38% for the game, 30% from three, and 67% from the foul line. If you'd have told me before the game that was going to be our shooting percentage, I'd have said we had lost the game. Those are about as low as I've seen in a long time. I'm not sure what the offensive problems are or why the lid's on the basket, but it is. But we put in a new defense this week, and I did not know how we would respond to it in game action. And the effort that the guards played in that zone of pressuring them was as good, some of the best defense I've seen us play since I've been here. And so maybe I need to think of us as more of a defensive team than an offensive team right now. But the effort that Bria and put on the basketball, and I thought that's some of the best on-ball defense I've seen Macy play since she's been here, and we call her Grandma. She's out there struggling with her knees at this point, and I thought Jordan Hughes played really well out there defensively, Case and Connor as well. But our lack of effort was in our post play defensively, and so we've got to get everybody on the same page. But we've got to figure out how to score the basketball. I go back and I look at our shot chart, and I feel like we get good shots. I feel like we got layups. I feel like we got free throws, things that we're normally extremely good at, open threes. And they're just not going in right now. So I would think we're in our heads a little bit. And so an opportunity to just kind of filter through that. And, there's a lot of time between games right now, and I think that's the worst thing for us. But in the Valley, you only get 9 non-conference games, and there's 9 weeks that lead up to your conference play. So if you don't play one a week to start out, then you end up having big gaps before conference. So we kind of put our gaps in the beginning. Hopefully leading up to Christmas, we'll play 2 to 3 games per week to try to get ready for that rigorous schedule. But, hindsight's 20/20, but I think the lack of game reps is hurting us right now.
So, Rechelle, y'all overcame it. You won a very tough ball game tonight.
We did. And, we talked before the game about this team's got to find a way to win. We're still looking for our identity, and winning's not something that just happens. I think every coach will tell you that every team's got to figure out how to win. And then once they figure out how to win and do those things consistently, that's when winning becomes a habit. Well, hopefully we can take and understand that we don't have to score the basketball at a high rate to be able to win games. Being able to have people come in and step up and make big plays, I think that's huge for us. We've got to continue to form our identity, and we've been putting our identity all preseason on offense. Maybe that's not our identity. Maybe we need to figure out something else. But I thought the toughness that we showed late with about 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, that's the identity that I would like this team to hold on to.
Coach, number 13 for Chattanooga has had a pretty hot start to the season. Was there a conscious effort to keep her under wraps going into tonight?
Definitely conscious effort. She's outstanding. She's a transfer for them, and she's really, really been good. She can do lots of things. She can shoot the three. She can get to the rim. She can shoot it off the bounce. So we wanted to make sure, even though we were in a zone and we were kind of a pressured zone, we wanted to make sure we knew where we were. And I felt like for the most part our kids did a really good job of that.
Jada only had 3 rebounds, I think, according to the stats. It felt like a lot more.
3 of the biggest rebounds of the game. I looked out there and all I could see was her pull that one down. But she does those things all the time. And as a coach, seeing her succeed tonight makes me so proud, because she is one of the hardest workers on this team. She always in the gym getting extra workouts. She's getting extra shots up. She's always been trying to figure it out. And, when kids like that succeed, that's what this is about. And her family was here tonight from Texas, which was even better. It's one of those things you're just, after the game, I was like, thank you, God, for letting that happen. Because she deserves it, and for them to be here to see it. And for our other players on our team to maybe not take their positions for granted and to understand that work is work. And if you don't put that work in, then you're not going to see the results of that. So I was really, really proud of her.
I know you want to see a lot of energy, but, Jordan Hughes just lost her mind in the third quarter. Of course, you guys got the game tied up at that point, and it's really close. But from an energy perspective, this felt like a playoff game. It's game 3. What do you like? Do you like seeing that much energy off of the bench, or how is that cultivated maybe
Yeah, absolutely. I think energy is what gets you going, and she went rotated really well off our defense, and they trapped them in the corner. We got a steal, came down, made a big shot, and she was most fired up kid on the team. I thought our bench energy was great tonight. We talk a lot about. I know they all want to play, and I'd love to play them all. But being a great teammate, it's about clapping for others and cheering for others till it's your turn. And that's what they did tonight. And I felt like that the energy was good, but we need players like Jordan to keep that energy going on the court. I think that's sometimes what we lack. We have such great kids, such great academic kids, and such great kids that don't do much wrong. But sometimes that laid back, going to do everything right, not going to show anybody up type personality is not the best for a basketball team. So to see our kids kind of pump their chest tonight and kind of get after it and get excited and those type of things has got to be part of our identity going forward. We need a little bit more dog in us than we have.
Let's talk about another player off the bench, Horvath. Huge in the first half. I thought she kept y'all in the game.
Yeah, she did. She made some really good offensive plays, made a big three. But again, the breakdown defensively was from our post players. And if you're not going to rebound and you're not going to defend, I don't care how many points you score. And so that's something that we're really, really focusing in with her is you got to play both ends of the floor. But I felt like the three that she hit was huge, and I feel like she's going to continue to grow in that and understand the physicality that we play with here. It's a lot more physical than what she's used to, but every point matters, and her ability to get us that big three and go to the free throw line and make those 2 free throws did keep us in the game.
I guess to round it out, I mean, Briley comes in for just 4 minutes and gets a foul, but also 2 steals. That's 3 new faces that come in, and it feels like they all did quite a bit for you, despite how few or how much each of them played. What's kind of your, I guess, report on some of these new faces coming in and making it a game for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to help us. They're going to help us this year, and they're going to help us in the future. But when we recruited some of these guards, we didn't realize that Macy and Alexis were going to come back, and then also we got a grad transfer in Jordan Hughes that has a lot of experience. But the thing I like most about Briley and Frew and those kids that you mentioned is that they continue to work and they continue to accept whatever minutes they get, they're going to give you everything they've got. And so we are not only working for this year, we're working for the future as well. This is a program. This is not just a roster. So anytime they can come in and give us those minutes, then that's going to be beneficial for us. I mean, a kid that's going to be extremely special for us is Zoe Stewart. And boy, would I like to have her right now. But it's best for Zoe and this program that she redshirt this year. She's going to be a star. She's going to be an exceptional player here. And believe me, there are times during the games when we're struggling to score that I'm like, Coach, maybe, to myself, maybe I made a mistake. But I've got to do what's best for the kid. If I'm in this for the right reason, I can't be selfish, and she needs this year. She needs this year to learn and to grow and get acclimated to college and those things. But so I have a lot of faith in our younger players. And I do believe that if we can continue to be successful this year, teach them what's expected and the standard for our program, that we can continue to be good beyond this year. And that's my goal.
I don't want to wish the season away, but each minute that ticks away with Alexis Burko, Macy Grandma still got you 15, 6, and 4 with 1 turnover tonight after a tough shooting first half. What's it like to just watch them continue to surge and put this team on their shoulders when they need it most?
Yeah, well, I mean, Macy's she's gonna compete. I mean, I promised her before the season started she wouldn't play more than 28 minutes. I think it was 36. So promises are made to be broken. But I mean, she's just gonna compete, and I mean, she is so mad right now at herself for missing the free throws, missing the layup, probably missing the free throws more than anything. She doesn't miss. I spend probably 3 days a week with her making 300 shots. And I don't even sweat rebounding the basketball floor with that many shots. I mean, she's that good a shooter. She's just trying to continue to find her mark right now. But again, what'd you say, 15-6, one turnover? It's unbelievable. And for her to be able to go out there and give me as many minutes she did tonight is just a testament to how much she wants to win.
Coach, I know I asked you early on in the season, you got a lot of depth. I know you kind of touched on it already. How big is it for these guys to, even if not a lot of them are playing, how big is it to kind of see this team in action? And Macy playing 36 minutes, I'm sure helps them see just what you kind of want out of some of these guards especially.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to continue to build depth because it's a long season, and we've got to continue to help the younger players along to be able to understand that in their 4 to 6 minutes, 12 minutes, however many they get, they need to make winning plays while they're in. But I think if you ask any of their guards, who do I want to be like? In the future playing for Murray State, they're going to say Macy because she's just a competitor. She's going to go about things the right way. She's going to do everything she can to help us win. So having these older players in our program right now to mentor these younger kids that are the future of our program, I think is really important.
Rechelle, we haven't even talked about Caitlin Young tonight. She had 18, had a hard night, but you know what? She had a couple of big drives to the basket, I thought. Really showed her maturity.
Yeah, you look down on paper, she has 18 and, made some big shots for us, made some big defensive plays for us. But, she's just going to get everybody's most physical effort every single night. And that's why it's so important for us to be able to make shots around her to make it easier for her. But I felt like after she came out after halftime, she kind of settled in. And she, she did what she had to do to help us win the game, and that's what it's about. And we're going to continue to go to her. We're going to continue to rely on her, and we're going to continue to try to grow around her. I think that's important.
My last question, I know rebounding, you wanted it to happen a lot more. You're pushing that, obviously, in the first half. You still 14-0 second chance. You guys won that category at 8-0 on the fast break. Do you feel like those are the little things that are going to help you win tight ball games like this?
It is, but our transition is not good. That's one of the things that we were really, really good at last year is scoring in transition, getting the ball down the floor fast, getting an open shot, getting the ball inside before the defense had a chance to set up. I don't think we're playing fast enough, but yes. Being able to get second chance points and finish those out, being able to score some in transition's huge. And then, one thing that makes me proud is look down our bench outscored the other team. That never happened last year because we didn't go into our bench very much. So there's a lot of positives that can be taken away from this, but I hope more than anything we learn from this. And we learn and understand that you have to continue to play through it. And, it's frustrating when the ball's not going in. It's frustrating for everybody. But to be able to continue to play through it, and I felt like our energy picked up as the game went along, and I think that's an attribute we need to take with us for sure.